Welcome to Chalmers' Guide to Receiving, Handling and Planting Dormant Field-Grown Vines. Your vines are trimmed to the optimum root length and shoot length before we send them out. Do not trim any further root length from the vines prior to planting, as you'll reduce the carbohydrate reserves in the vine. Dormant vines are hydrated and graded into bundles of 25 or 50. Each bundle of vines is labelled with the variety and traceability code, and we suggest that you keep this information for future reference. They are packed into a plastic lined, two-piece sturdy carton. The liner, which is tucked around the vines, maintains the moisture for long periods of time. If you are opening the boxes to look at the vines prior to planting, please ensure you tuck the liner back around the vines the same way to prevent them from drying out. Once you receive your vines, the cartons can be stored in the shed out of direct sunlight or in a cool room at around 4 degrees until planting. Shed-stored vines may shoot if the weather warms up. It's not necessary to open the boxes and rehydrate the vines prior to planting if they are planted into a water-jetted slurry. Do not store in direct sunlight. As the vines are in white cartons, they can be taken to the field during planting, returning any unplanted boxes to the shed at the end of the day. Under no circumstances, allow the vines to dry out. We recommend that you only unpack and lay out vines that can be planted in the next few minutes. Cover any vines still in the box with the plastic liner or some wet hessian to ensure they don't dry out while planting is happening. Chalmers always recommend planting with a water jet, creating a slurry to insert the vine into. The planter must hold the roots together at the bottom and carry the roots to the bottom of the slurry, then lift the vine back up to the desired planting depth to make sure the roots are all positioned downwards, not upwards. The vines may be planted to the mark on the trunk, which indicates the depth they were planted in the nursery row. Please ensure that grafted vines are not positioned with the graft too close to the soil. This prevents roots from growing above the graft. Place a squared up vine guard on the plant immediately as the vine is planted and push it into the slurry to keep it squared. Place the bamboo stake in the inside corner of the guard, facing the direction of the prevailing winds. These very economical, waterproof cardboard vine guards can be purchased from Chalmers Viticulture and delivered with your vines. Vine guards give the vine protection for up to 12 months from herbicide and wind damage. Whichever way you go, make sure you choose your vine guards carefully to suit your specific conditions. We recommend selecting a guard with an internal opening of at least 40 square centimetres. Some types, particularly plastic tubing styles, can restrict airflow and trap excessive heat, which can be detrimental or fatal to young vines in hot conditions. The bamboo stake can be attached to the cordon wire and used for training the vine to the wire. Immediately after planting, give it generous first irrigation, then monitor moisture levels. Overwatering can be just as detrimental as underwatering. It is imperative that there is no weed intrusion along the vine line of these young vines, as weeds are always more competitive for moisture than the young vines and are often the reason young plantings can fail. Do not apply nitrogen-based fertiliser until about a month or two after bud burst, and then sparingly and frequently. There may be multiple shoots emerge from the vine guard. Just select the best shoot and break the others off at the top of the guard during your training passes. The desired shoot should be taped to the bamboo stake with a tapener gun as it grows. Do not lift the vine guard out of the soil, as it cannot be replaced into the dry soil, and trunks can be cleaned up in the winter when the guards are removed and disposed of. Thanks for taking the time to watch these planting tips from Chalmers.